Some days take everything from you before they even begin. You wake already tired. Even opening your eyes feels like effort. The world expects motion, but your body wants stillness. You wonder if this is weakness. If surviving counts as failure. It is not. Surviving is still living. Surviving is still choosing life. You breathe, though your chest feels heavy. You rise, though your mind wants to sink. That is not nothing. That is courage. You move through the hours in silence. No one notices the weight you carry. They only see your still face, but inside, you are holding on. Your heart keeps beating, your hands keep steadying you. You are doing enough. Enough is not always visible. Enough is sometimes quiet. You do not need to explain. You do not need to prove your pain. Pain exists even when unseen. Struggle exists even when hidden. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are surviving something heavy. Survival takes strength. Strength is not loud. Strength is breathing when your body resists. Strength is staying when leaving feels easier. No one applauds survival, but survival is sacred. It keeps your story alive. It keeps your chance at peace alive. Today's survival shapes tomorrow's healing. You do not need to win to deserve love. You are worthy now, even in stillness, especially in stillness. Surviving is not failure. Surviving is resilience. Even if you feel fragile, fragility still holds strength. Your body knows how to endure. Your soul knows how to wait. This moment will pass. You do not need to hurry it. Slow is safe. Quiet is safe. Stopping is safe. Survival is enough. You are enough. You do not need to explain your slowness. You do not need to apologize for your silence. You are not falling behind. You are protecting your life. Your life matters. It matters without accomplishments. It matters without productivity. It matters because it exists, and you exist. That is enough for today, enough for this moment, enough for this breath. Let yourself rest here. Surviving today is still living. Survival does not always look strong. It often looks still. It looks like staying under blankets. It looks like quiet eyes staring at the ceiling. It looks like saying nothing because words feel heavy. But there is strength in all of this. Strength is not about noise. Strength is about staying. Staying when your mind wants to flee. Staying when your body wants to collapse. That is strength, not loud. Not visible, but steady. Your heart still beats through the fog. Your breath still rises through the weight. These are acts of courage. These are acts of endurance. Survival asks you to be gentle. Gentleness takes courage. The world praises pushing. It rarely praises pausing. Yet pausing saves lives. Pausing gives your body space to heal. Pausing gives your heart space to breathe. When you pause, you say, I matter. You say, my body matters. You say, my peace matters. That is strength. It takes strength to value yourself when no one else does. It takes strength to rest when others keep moving. It takes strength to be still in a world built on motion. Stillness is not weakness. Stillness is knowing when to stop. Stillness is listening to your limits. Limits are not failure. Limits are messages from your body. They say, please slow down. They say, please care for me. Caring for yourself is not selfish. Caring is survival. Survival is sacred. Every breath you take holds quiet defiance. You exist despite pressure to vanish. You exist despite pressure to perform. That is power. Quiet power lives in your slowness. Quiet power lives in your breath. It does not need applause. It only needs your trust. Trust that being alive is enough. Trust that healing happens in stillness. Trust that rest is part of strength. The strongest things grow slowly. Trees grow slowly. Roots grow unseen. Healing grows the same way, invisible, patient, silent, yet it reshapes you. It steadies you. It carries you forward. Each quiet moment you survive builds resilience. Resilience does not shout. Resilience breathes. Resilience returns each morning. Even when you want to disappear, even when you feel hollow, you return. That is strength. You are not weak for needing rest. Rest is strength choosing you. You are not weak for slowing down. Slowing down keeps you here. Staying here is brave. Staying is love for your life. Even if you do not feel love yet, survival is planting the seed. Love grows from that seed. Trust grows from that seed. Peace grows from that seed. Every quiet breath feeds it. Every slow step feeds it. This seed does not need rushing. It needs patience. It needs gentleness. You are giving it both. Even when you think you are doing nothing, you are tending to your roots. You are keeping yourself alive. That is strength. Quiet strength. Hidden strength. Enough strength. Survival is not the absence of strength. Survival is strength in its softest form, and softness is still powerful. And you are still powerful. When you stop pushing, space opens. Space for your body to unclench. Space for your breath to soften. Space for your mind to quiet. Survival creates this space. You are not behind for needing it. You are human for needing it. Rest is not wasted time. Rest is repair. Rest is what your body builds itself with. Muscles rebuild during rest. Memories organize during rest. Hearts slow and mend during rest. Rest is not absence. Rest is presence with yourself. When you rest, you say, I am safe here. You say, I deserve ease. You say, I can let go for now. This is how healing starts. Healing begins in stillness. Healing does not rush. Healing waits for your nervous system to calm. Healing waits for your breath to settle. Healing waits for your body to feel safe again. Safety is the soil for healing. Without safety, nothing grows. Without rest, nothing restores. You are not lazy for resting. You are restoring yourself. The world often praises constant output, but output without rest burns you out. You deserve more than burnout. You deserve peace. You deserve softness. You deserve slow mornings. You deserve quiet nights. You deserve a body that feels safe to live in. Rest gives this to you, slowly. Silently, steadily, healing grows in the quiet. Rest is where your body relearns trust. Trust in its signals. Trust in its limits. Trust in its rhythms. These rhythms are not wrong. You're ancient. They're wise. You're not broken for needing slow days. You are aligned with your nature. Your nature needs cycles. Work and rest. Tension and release. Movement and stillness. When you honor both, balance returns. Balance is not perfection. Balance is listening. Listening is love. Rest is a form of love. Love for your body. Love for your mind. Love for your life. This love does not need achievement. It only needs permission. Permission to pause. Permission to breathe. Permission to exist as you are. This permission heals shame. Shame tells you to earn rest. Shame tells you to prove your worth. Rest whispers that you already have worth. Rest reminds you that you are enough. Even if you do nothing. Even if you stay in bed. Even if the world moves without you. You are enough. You've always been enough. This truth softens your edges. Eases the tension in your chest. Slows the racing in your mind. It lets peace slip in. Peace needs stillness to enter. Stillness invites it. It holds it. This peace does not shout. It hums gently under your skin. It tells your body, you are safe. It tells your heart, you are loved. It tells your mind, you can stop now, and you listen. You let go. Your shoulders drop. Your breath deepens. your body size. This is healing. This is what survival gave you room for. This is the gift hidden inside your pause. This is where your renewal begins. Renewal does not arrive loudly. It arrives like light through curtains, soft, gradual, quiet, one small moment at a time. You notice your thoughts are less sharp. You notice your breath moves easier. These are signs of returning, not returning to who you were. Returning to the part of you that feels safe, the part that survived, the part that wants to live. Survival planted seeds. Rest watered them. Life stirs beneath the surface. It stirs gently. It stirs patiently. It waits for your permission to grow. Growth is not a demand. Growth is an invitation. You are allowed to accept slowly. You are allowed to move gently. No leaps required. Only steps. One small step is enough. Sitting by the window counts. Drinking water counts. Smiling counts. Laughing counts. Breathing counts. These are not trivial. These are beginnings. Beginnings are always small. Small things build momentum. Momentum builds hope. Hope softens despair. Hope whispers that you have a future, even if you can't see it yet, especially then. Life grows in the unseen places. Inside your quiet days, inside your silent healing, inside the pauses you once hated. These pauses are sacred. They gave you back your breath. They gave you back your strength. They gave you back your time. Time to feel, time to rest, time to be. When you stop racing, you notice beauty again. A bird on the fence, sunlight on your blanket, wind in the trees. These moments nourish you. They feed your soul without effort. They remind you why staying was worth it. They remind you life can feel gentle. Gentle is enough. Gentle is healing. Gentle is strength. You don't need to rush back to achievement. You don't need to prove your survival with productivity. Survival itself is proof of strength. You endured. You are still here. That matters. That counts. We're not falling behind. You're building from the ground up. Slowly, carefully, kindly. You are learning to live, not just exist. This is different from striving. This is softer. This is sustainable. You are allowed to choose sustainable. You are allowed to choose peace over urgency. You are allowed to rebuild at your pace. This pace is not wrong. It is yours. It fits your body. It fits your breath. It fits your life now. Life will expand from here. Slowly, like leaves opening. Naturally, like rivers flowing. Quietly, like dawn. You do not need to push it. You only need to stay open to it. Open to the warmth returning. Open to the color coming back. Open to yourself feeling safe again. Safe to rest. Safe to grow. Safe to live. Safety opens the door to gratitude. Gratitude does not need to be loud. It whispers. It hums in the background. It fills the spaces that once felt empty. Gratitude starts with noticing. Noticing what stayed. Noticing who stayed. Noticing your own quiet persistence. You stayed. You stayed through pain, through silence, through nights that felt endless. You stayed. Gratitude honors that. Gratitude holds your survival gently, does not ask for more from you. It thanks what already exists. It's the breath in your lungs, the beat in your chest, the warmth of your bed, out the sun through the window, the softness of your blanket. Way tea warms your hands. These are not small things. They are life showing up for you. Even when you felt gone, life stayed. Gratitude reminds you of this. Gratitude steadies your heart. It brings calm into the noise. It brings warmth into the cold. It reminds you there is goodness, even in hard seasons, especially in hard seasons. Gratitude does not erase struggle. It coexists with it. It holds hands with grief, it says. We made it to this moment. This moment is enough. This moment is sacred. Gratitude grows where you pause. Joy blooms where gratitude roots. Joy is not constant laughter. Joy is the quiet ease of being here. Joy is feeling safe enough to smile. Joy is noticing color again. Joy is hearing music without flinching. Joy is lightness in your shoulders. Joy is softness in your voice. You do not chase joy, you allow it. You make space for it. Space by slowing down. Space by resting. Space by breathing. Joy grows where there is space. It needs space more than effort. Effort can crush it. Space lets it bloom. You deserve this bloom. You earned it through surviving. Joy honors your survival, it says. You endured, and still you can smile. This smile is strength. Softness is strength. This peace is strength. Strength can be quiet. Strength can be gentle. Strength can be still. You are allowed to be strong like this. You are allowed to be joyful like this. You are allowed to feel light. Light does not mean you are never heavy. Light means you are still here. Light means you made it through. You carry scars, and you carry joy. They can live together. They are both part of you. You do not have to hide one for the other. You are whole with both. Wholeness includes joy. Wholeness includes softness. Wholeness includes peace. You are allowed to feel whole again, not because you became perfect, because you stayed human, because you stayed alive, because you kept showing up for your life. Even when life felt impossible, this joy honors that resilience. This joy celebrates your breath. This joy celebrates your presence. You are still here. You are still becoming. And life is still holding you. Gently, kindly, always. You are allowed to stop striving. Not forever, but for today. Today is enough. Today counts. You are enough, even when you only exist. You are worthy, even when you only breathe. Your value is not tied to what you produce. Your value is not measured by your speed. Your value is not decided by others. You are valuable because you are here, because you are alive, because you are human. Existing is sacred. Being alive is sacred, even in stillness, especially in stillness. Stillness is not absence. Stillness is presence. It's presence with yourself, presence with the world as it is. And the world does not need you to rush. It does not need you to overperform. It does not need you to be perfect. It needs you here, breathing, being, feeling, living. This is enough. Enough to be loved. Enough to belong. Enough to deserve rest. Rest does not need to be earned. Rest is a birthright. You were born to need it. You were born to take it. You were born to pause. Pausing does not erase your worth. Pausing honors your worth. When you pause, you tell the world, I am not a machine. I am a living being. I have a body that tires. I have a heart that needs care. I have a mind that needs quiet. I have a soul that needs stillness. Stillness is how I come back to myself. Stillness is how I return home. You are allowed to live at this pace. A pace that fits your breath. A pace that fits your nervous system. A pace that feels kind to your body. You do not need to match the world's pace. The world will keep spinning. You are allowed to move gently. You are allowed to heal slowly. You are allowed to rest as much as you need. This rest is not failure. This rest is repair. This rest is sacred work. The work of staying alive. Staying alive is enough. It is not small. It is not meaningless. It is everything. You gave yourself another sunrise. You gave yourself another chance. You gave yourself another breath. That matters. You matter. Even on quiet days. Even on days without achievement. Even on days you only survived. Survival is not the opposite of thriving. Survival is the doorway to thriving. We're stepping through that doorway now, slowly, gently, at your own pace. Thriving does not mean endless energy. Thriving can look like soft mornings. Thriving can look like choosing to stay. Thriving can look like feeling peace in your body. Thriving can look like being grateful you are here. You are already on that path. Simply by being here, simply by surviving this day, you've already done enough. More than enough. More than you give yourself credit for. Let that truth settle in. Let it rest in your chest. Let it soothe your thoughts. Let it quiet the guilt. Let it remind you that your life is worth keeping, worth living slowly, worth living gently, worth living as it is. You are enough. And today, surviving was enough. This is quiet philosophy, where thinking isn't loud, and life doesn't need to be either. Subscribe if you haven't already, not for noise, but for something you can actually feel.